DC here with DCStrength.com here inside Genesis Fitness and Performance. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you check out the link below, I have some free gifts for you guys as a way of saying thanks for watching this. Today, I want to cover really how to breathe. Yes, you're breathing now. Yes, you didn't have to be taught how to breathe, but breathing becomes a huge factor when you train and when you work out, really no matter what you're doing. If you're doing CrossFit, strongman, powerlifting, or even just normal training, at the gym to really get the best results and get strong and get stacked and jacked. Breathing is a huge component of training to make sure you're getting the most out of it. So I want to give you guys a couple of tips to make sure you're doing it correctly, training hard and not sacrificing the quality just because you're not doing something as simple as breathing the right way. The first thing I like to do when we talk about breathing is make sure you're doing it correctly in terms of breathing in the right spots. There's really two different ways to breathe. You can breathe into your chest, which is what most people do when you tell them to take a big deep breath. They'll breathe in, their chest will rise, they're filling their lungs, the upper part of their lungs with air. They'll breathe back out. The second way to breathe is if you do something which is called belly breathing, whereas if you tell someone to take a deep breath and suck it into their belly, they'll actually, belly will extend, their chest won't rise, so it'll be right there. See it again. You can see my stomach going out. And those are the two different ways to really take in air. What we like is really focusing on doing both of those at the same time. So you want to fill the belly up and then top it off with the chest. So from the side, it would look more like, then exhaling. So you can see the stomach will go out first, and then I finish the top of my lungs taking in the air. The best way to do that, is in between sets, to recover when you're out of breath, if you're doing CrossFit, when you're transitioning to another movement. Those are the best times to plug that in. Really, to make sure you're doing it correctly, you want to do something like a 5 or 6 count, and that's while you inhale, and that's going to force you to take in as much air as possible and fill up both sides or both areas. The biggest way to breathe when you're actually working out or in the middle of a lift or a movement is called anatomical breathing. Breathing efficiently based off how your body's moving. The best way to explain it is no matter what movement you're doing, and we'll go through a few of them just so you can kind of see an example of, but no matter what movement you're doing or what exercise you're doing, is you want to take that breath in whenever your rib cage is expanded instead of collapsed. So like if I'm going to, let's say I'm doing a squat, if I'm squatting down and I'm in the bottom of that squat position, let's see if I squat here, you guys won't be able to see it, but if I'm going down, I'm collapsing this, crunching up, and so I want to be breathing out at that time, and then as I come back up, and I have this fully expanded rib cage, so I can take in and my lungs are open, that's when I want to take my breath. Same thing will apply to, let's say, something like kettlebell swings, either Russian or American. My down spot, when I'm going back and the kettlebell's going back, is when I'm breathing out. Then here I'm breathing in because my rib cage is open, or even more here, open here. If you're overhead pressing, or it's really hard to take that breath here because the barbell is crushing you down. So here would be my hold or exhale, and then as I'm pressing it up top, now everything's open. This is when I can take the most air in. So anatomical breathing is huge. It's key in your training. It allows you to get the most air in during reps, during workouts, when you're getting gassed. So really focus on when you're breathing in, when you're breathing out, and try to change that up, to get the most out of it, be able to work out harder, really get the oxygen in those muscles and train better. Pull-up wise, I'm going to be backwards if I'm hanging. My down position is going to be where I can get the most air. And then when I'm coming up and that's where I'm going to be breathing out. Just like that. So really be thinking about it and just become aware of your breath as you train to get the most out of it. If you have any questions, comment below. I'll get them answered. Got a link for you guys to click on, give you some free gifts as a way of saying thanks. And check out the blog at DCStrength.com. Now you guys know, knowing's half the battle.
The Genesis. Show my hardcore is, you know what I'm saying?